Hi everyone, it's Joe. And it's about that time of the year where a lot of us begin to think of putting together our projects that we're going to do at craft fairs. And I've been doing that also, but I've been working mostly on different types of journals and seeing what that would go like at the craft fair. I really haven't done those before, but it seems like people have had some pretty good success with them. So I thought I would give it a try. So I was trying to make them as inexpensively as I could because, well, I think that the people that come to the craft fair, unlike many of us who see this all the time um, on YouTube and all that type of thing and Etsy, we know what journals are and what they're used for and such, but not everybody does. And so not everybody's willing to put forth 40, 50, $60 for a journal. So I thought this might be a nice way to start this and introduce people to it and try to do it, like I say, the least expensively I could. So this is basically what I've done. This is the size here. This particular paper is one of those pads that you get for $5 at Michael's. And I thought it was really charming with the unicorns on it. But I wanted to show you a couple of things about it. First of all, the notebooks I'm using inside, I'll get a couple here, are two different kinds. One is like this, and I got these at Big Lots. So that's what these look like. But I went ahead and I've covered the front with paper and then used washi tape along with it. And I'm trying to include things, and I'll show you those in the journal so that they kind of get bang for their buck. The other thing that I'm putting in them are these planners, and I got these at the Dollar Tree, and I hope to get more. And they do both 2018 and 2019. So even for your Christmas bazaars and things like that, they're really good, and they're pretty good size. So this is what the journal will look like on the inside. Let me move this over here. Scooch over there. All right. So I've made a pocket and have a tag in the pocket. I've done the same thing in the back and done a little tag for that too. So as the first book in there, and these are really heavy, these are quite thick. Let me see. I think these are 5 by 7. Whoops, measure it right, Joe. Okay, 7 3/4, and about 5 3/4, 5.5. What that means is when you're putting these together, even though you've got a 12 by 12 strip of paper, it's not quite enough to cover it, or it wasn't enough to cover it for me to make me comfortable that I wasn't going to be showing the inside. So here's what I did. I'll show you on the next one. Anyways, I'll just go on with this. So what I've done is 2 tags, 2 pockets, this book, and I haven't put a cover on this because I want people to know that this is the calendar book and the planner. And then also with each one, there will be a paper clip. Let me see if I can show you that to you. Woo! Paper clip, decorative paper clip, and it closes. So I think that's a pretty good bargain for it. So like I said, the paper isn't quite big enough. And so here's what I had to do. When we open it up like this, there's your 12 by 12, except for this piece here. Whoop. So I just took the piece that I cut off the bottom and I folded it in half and then slipped it over the edge and glued it on, and then trimmed it off where it needed to be trimmed. So that gave me the extra, you know, half an inch or whatever to make a complete cover of the thing. So that's how I'm working with these particular books, because they are a really good size. And this particular one is done with a napkin. I love doing the napkins and the Mod Podge. And then inside it has another one of these books. It has, of course, the pockets, and then a planner, and back here another pocket and a tag. So those are what I plan on doing for most of the journals for that particular thing. And like I said, these are the planner books here, and these are some of the other ones, and they're just plain lined booklets, but tons of pages in them, so they're quite heavy actually. So to give you a little better idea, these are not made up yet, but I take them, I put the extra piece onto them, and then I Mod Podge the whole front of it, so it has a nice shine to it, and it's strong enough to hold those heavier little notebooks. I know that a lot of people are much more particular when it comes to that type of thing, when it comes to traveler's notebooks for size and Midori's and all this type of thing. But like I said, this is going to be a beginning for a lot of people, and I hope that it will work for them. And here's another one that I'm making, and the inside. So basically what I'm doing is putting two rows of the elastic in them so that the books can slide in and out of them. The other thing that I've been working on a little bit is to try to do some, now this is the regular Traveler's Notebook size, and this is made of some of the material that I used for those roll-ups that I did for the cosmetics and brushes and things like that. And I've got let's show you. What I've done here, rather than use elastic, is I've used that thin ribbon. And it really seems to have worked really, really well. It's plenty tight enough. And so this is for there's two of these signatures in here that I made. So there's this signature here and this one here. And this is all done with the material, and then just a little tie. And this is smaller, of course, than the other ones are. Let me just put one on top with the other, and we can see how much difference it is. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, there's quite a difference here. Quite a difference. But I think this is certainly going to be worth a try for most people. All right, the other one is, then I made a bigger one. So I'm really on the bandwagon here for journals, but I'm enjoying every single type of them. Oh, the other thing that I'm adding to all of them, and I didn't show that, is there's a little tag here to put your pen or pencil in. So this is another material one, a little bit bigger than this one, by inch and a half maybe. So this is the front of it. Inside we've got a pocket, and this is kind of, I'll show you, this is kind of quilted. I just used the machine and did like a quilting stitch on it. So this also has two signatures. So here's one signature, and they're pretty plain on the inside, pretty much like all of you have been doing. And then this signature, I'm sorry, this one is three signatures. And what I used in this one, if I can show you, yeah, I used the elastic on this one, and then what I did was I covered it with some lace on the bottom. And then this goes here like that. I just keep moving things around here. And then this ties off. And these ties are just loose on here, so they could be tied in a bow, tied in a knot, whatever. And then I had to play with the mats from the Dollar Tree, where you cut the mat up and make them. And all of these things you're going to find up on YouTube. Just, type in what placemat, Dollar Tree placemats journals, and you'll get on them. But these are really fun to make, and they're really quite easy to make. So let's open this one up. Again, I got to put in here, I've got to put a tag in here, but I've done a side pocket on this one. Now, these are from the Dollar Tree, these booklets are. They ran out of them, so I'm hoping now that we got school season coming in, that they'll be getting more in. So I've put 2 of those in each one, and then another little, this is a little library pocket. And just to kind of show, well, I can probably show you on the outside. No, I got to show you on the inside. So I'll take one of these books out. I found that the knots often want to slip. And so what I've done with the knotting on all of these is a drop of glossy accents. Most of you know what that is. It's just a clear type of glue, but it gets very, very hard. But you could use any type of glue, any type of clear glue. And that way I find out it gives me a stronger pull here, and it's not going to pull through the hole, and it's not going to stretch it out completely. So that might be an idea. So I think that these will go very well also at the craft fairs. And of course, when you're cutting things up like this, very often you have so much stuff left over, paper and such, and you don't know what to do with them. So again, I was watching one of the videos and saw them doing this. And so what I decided to do was take my little scraps. Whoops, this one's coming undone. Take my scraps and make some little notepads out of them. And probably what I'll do with these is put them in my little, I usually have a dollar bin that I use, and I have the little tea bag holders and things like that. And people really like the dollar ones, and especially if they've got children with them or whatever. I need to trim this off, but then they can go ahead and do it. Let me just move this over here. I might as well take this one off. It's coming off anyways. Okay. Whoop. Had it tied in a bow, but it was slipping. So these are nothing but notepads, but I thought, oh, the children might like them. Even the adults might like them just to pop in their purse. And these are done, and I have done some of these with the laminating machine. I do have some journals that were done with the laminating machine. I'll grab one maybe in a minute. So here's the leftover paper, and that's basically what these are. Nothing fancy. Oh, here's part of this is some of my new favorite paper. This is one of those, this one is from Hobby Lobby, though. It's not from the $5 ones, but I love this paper. Let me just grab something here. I'll grab a couple of the laminated ones to show you. Okay. Now here's my favorite paper. Isn't that pretty? I just love the color of this. And so this is done with the laminating machine. And then these are the books again that came from the Dollar Tree. And they're a smaller book, so they fit in here very, very well. So there's a paper clip in there for them, and there's the pockets for them. And then again, all being laminated. So that's one of them. Let's see if I can put. This is also that paper that's got the little dragon, or the little horse there. And so these are out of the Dollar Tree. These 2 are. and this one. And then what I did was I took some of the paper that it was lined, and actually I was able to make 4 pads out of this. This was $1 at the Dollar Tree, and actually hook it onto the back of here. So this always stays. And then of course a spot for the pen. So this is from that same one, and that's just, it's so pretty. It's so different. So these are the ones that are laminated. I think I have a couple more. No, I guess I left the rest of them over there. Anyways, these are the projects that I'm working on right now for the craft fair, and I hope to, that they sell very well. If any of you got any tips or any ideas, let me know. I'd be interested to know how you do. It's one of those things with craft fairs. Number one, it depends on where you live as to how much, the people dictate the price. So you can't sell them as much as you can sell them up online for usually. So I hope this has given you some fresh ideas. Take a look at Walmart and the Dollar Tree and Dollar General and all that type of thing right now, because they are having all their school supplies has just gotten in. And as you know, especially with the Dollar Tree, you got to grab it while you can grab it. So good luck on your craft fair, and I'll have some other projects to show you at a later date. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to leave a comment below and hit that like button. Bye-bye.